Kiara, can you hear us? Tell us if you can hear us. We put in our AirPods to try to make the audio better. Let me know if you can hear us, please. Let us know if your audio is good. How are you stuck? I'm telling you, your daughter's there. Say hello to your daughter.
But you just keep talking.
Say hello. You don't need me to stop for you to say hello.
I'm not trying to be rude.
Can anybody hear us? You can hear us? Okay. You can hear us, you can hear us, you can hear us. All right, good. Awesome. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. I hope everybody is doing good. We tried to come by before and it wasn't working. So we're just trying to make sure that before we start going off, that our video and our connection is consistent and that you guys can hear us okay.
Yes.
Alfredo, make sure they can hear you.
You can hear me, guys? I'm sorry. I believe they can hear you and they can hear me.
No, because since it's two different things, I want to make sure that they can hear.
Guys, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Just let us know you can hear. Alright, so that's Alexis. Hi, Lexi. Okay, awesome, dope. Alright, perfect. So we wanted to come by today because it's been a while, right? Since we've done a video together and since we've gone live. We get very busy and very caught up with a lot of the things that happen here in DR with our work, with our business, and just with life in general. I know a lot of you that know us or that have been following us know that, we are here essentially kind of by ourselves. We don't really have family here in the country and stuff like that we kind of just have each other. And so between the two of us, we manage pretty much the majority of our businesses together. And obviously we use our team and stuff like that. But, we're here. And so we get a little overwhelmed sometimes with different things. And we're not always everywhere that maybe everybody wants us to be. But we wanted to make sure that we came back and that we always address things with you guys, kind of face forward and head forward, and just make sure that we're always open with you and here. Because I think that's our deal, right? Is that those of you that know why we came here in the first place know that we came here because of the bad things we see on the media, and because of the bad experience that we had while we were here during my surgery. You know what I mean? And so we decided that we were going to create an advocacy system for you guys. We were going to create resources and ways for you guys to be safe and to be protected and to have the things that you need while you're here in the country, right? So for those of you that are new here and don't know us, this is Alfredo, my husband.
Hello.
I'm Cherry, and we have been here, like I said, we've been in the country now about 6 years, and we are coordination, massage, recovery care, everything from finding you a surgeon and helping you coordinate your travel, to helping you put your luggage together, to receiving you at the airport and having you here with us in our care and in our home during the time that you're having your surgery, your aftercare. Alfredo has a team of aftercare specialists that work with you. Hi! That's my cousin. That's Raul.
Hey, what's up?
So we have a team of people that work with us, with our patients and stuff like that. And Alfredo, like I said, has a great group of people that will work with you guys in terms of your body sculpting and following up with your doctors, making sure that you're, accompanied, and that, if there's any questions about what's happening with your results, why things are happening, that you're not left in the dark and that you have that support, not just right after surgery, but the whole time you're here. So we've got all of that going on. But as you can imagine, there's always people, places, and things that may not be satisfied, may not feel like their expectations were met. And sometimes, because let's be real about it, right? Sometimes, you have the best hopes for a situation and it can still not go the way you wanted it to. It can still, despite every effort, it can still maybe not be enough. And then sometimes there's people that no matter what you do for them, no matter how much you do for them, it's still not enough. And so
but it's okay.
Right. I was just going to say, I think we've gotten to a place in our business and in the thick skin of our business at this point that we've learned, how to kind of push the hurt feelings away when you feel like, damn, this patient left and she was unhappy. It still bothers us, but it was like, initially it felt like we were failing, like we were doing everything wrong. We didn't know why we couldn't make somebody happy, why, and those things really stuck with us and bothered us for a while. But like I said, as you are more and more secure, more and more confident in what you do, you realize that, sometimes it's not you, sometimes it is them. And that goes for you, and that goes for us as well. So, one of the things that I wanted to primarily discuss, and the reason why I was pissed off again, and when I get upset, is usually the reason why we kick something into gear. Love you too, honey. Have a good day. So, the reason why I wanted to come and have this video chat and bring a bunch of things to the table was because somebody who stayed at our recovery program had actually, it seems, because the person is posting anonymously, for the most part, when you guys stay in our house for 15 days, 16 days, 17 days, 29 days, we get to know you. We get to know the way you speak. We get to know the words that you use. If you would call me lady versus calling me woman. If you use what kind of language and lingo you use. Because remember, you lived in my house for half a month. So we get to know you. And when you leave and you post things anonymously about people, but you use the same language you use in our house, it kind of stands out. So let's say, for example, this is a completely random example, but let's say that we have somebody from England in our house, right? People from Britain speak differently and use different words than we do, right? So let's say you've got this British girl in the house, and I never get British girls, but I get this one British girl, and then all of a sudden somebody leaves, and the person that's writing the post is writing with British slang. It's a little bit obvious for us who's writing it, even though maybe to you as the reader, you don't know who it is, but we pretty much know who would write certain things, know who would say certain things, and know who would be upset. Now, somebody wrote a post about me on Facebook, and it was funny because as soon as it was posted, I got a bunch of girls texting me, screenshotting me, DMing me, and saying, hey, did you see this shit? Did you see this? Did you see what was posted in the group? Did you see? And I'm like, wait, what group? So first of all, these types of conversations I'm always open to have. I'm very, very open to the dialogue. But again, when this was posted, it was posted in a group that I'm not allowed in. It was posted in a group that I actually was removed from for being a coordinator, because it's supposed to be a group just for patients. So when they go in there and they write these things, they know that they can lie to you because I won't see them. And I'm not the type of business owner that makes my business by lying to you. So we don't have a bunch of fake pages. We don't have a bunch of girls that go into groups and Facebook groups like a lot of these other coordinators that pay people, $100 a week or whatever to go into Facebook and to just comment on things and, ask questions about this doctor, ask questions about that. It's all bullshit. You know what I mean? So we don't do that. And so a lot of times you're going to find people talking things in places where we're not able to see them and where we're not able to defend ourselves and stuff like that. And you have to understand, right? I own a business. He owns a business. We own businesses, but we're also people before business owners. We've had interactions with businesses where we've been upset, where we've been unhappy, where we're like, fuck these people. You know what I mean? I mean, look, we're here partially because of that reason, right? So it does happen. And we by no means are perfect in any scale of the sense, but we work very, very hard to ensure that our customers and our clients are not only safe but happy, and that they get what they need and that they go home with what they came for, which at the end of the day, that's really what it is. You know what I mean? My job as a coordinator is to meet with you, to learn about your body goals, to learn about what you're looking to do for yourself. Look at Fredo. You see, learn what you're looking to do for yourself and find ways to support you in the process. Hey, Francesca. And look for ways to support you in the process. I function as a very big extension cord. I was talking about that with Alfredo this morning. I kind of function as this big surge protector. So like if you've ever been like home and you've needed like more than one plug in your wall, and you plug that box in that's connected into this thing that has like a bunch of outlets, that's basically me and the way that I work, right? So my job is to find you the services that you need and to connect you to these people. And usually, because I am coordinating the same way a flight attendant or a travel agent would, I put all these things together for you and I do present you with the bill. However, 99% of that money does not come to me at all in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't. It's not my money. A lot of times I'm telling you, you've got massage. Massage goes to the massage person for the massage things and the massage bills and the massage supplies. The same way that the recovery house payments go towards your food and towards the electricity and the light and the water and the nurses and everything else that it takes. And I don't think people really think about that when it comes into what they're paying, and when they start saying about, oh, well, this person is scamming me, this person wants money from me, this person wants this, wants that, wants the third. So we're gonna get into that in a little bit because I brought my notebook today. And we're on it.
Please get into that.
So
because I hear a lot about that.
So before we go into this, the first thing that I want to say is, again, we saw the article that was posted, or the review or whatever, the warning that was posted. DM me later. I need to gain some weight for second round. I'm losing too much weight. I got you. My daughter's going back to the States. I think she's going back to New York on Friday. So when she goes, I'll send it out. I'll send it out with her. I'll send her the medicine. Oh yeah, so that's the reason why I'm very transparent about these things, because the community is toxic, and most people, like my doctors, they say to me, oh, are you crazy? Don't go live, don't go talking about these things, don't address these things, it just brings bad attention. The truth of the matter is that those of us that are really in the community and that are invested in these changes and in all these things, we know that the girls are toxic. We know that the girls are nuts half the time. We know that the girls are mean. We know that people lie. We know the tricks that they do on social media. We know, which is why when I was one of those, I came out here for surgery, face first, just had a fucking horrible problem, and we decided to change it, and which is why we're here. But what you saying?
I'm sorry, but I sometimes I understand the toxic people because of the shit that they go through.
That too. So before we get there, because I want to address this, somebody posted in a Facebook group, right? Oh great, here goes my daughter. Hi, KK. Hey. So somebody posted in a Facebook group and posted a big warning, and the warning basically said, I'm gonna give you the highlights of what was said. So the highlights basically said to take a good, long, hard look at this lady. So I'm right here, and I always show my face. So take a look at me. I took my lashes off, so I look a little different. I'm tired, and we don't got no filters. So it's Sunday. My hair is not done. It is what it is. But again, I'm always here, transparent and clear, and ready to answer whatever you want to know. So they said to take a long, hard look at me because apparently I'm a fraud, a scammer, and a crackhead. Apparently I have a drug problem. Apparently I'm a crackhead, and I run this was my favorite part. I run a back end swine level recovery home. So basically she's saying I run a hood pigsty. I don't even run a pigsty. I run a hood budget pigsty. So I wanna address that first and foremost. People are oftentimes upset about money because recovery homes don't include everything. We're not all-inclusive resorts. And when I say we, I'm not speaking for recovery homes, I'm speaking for myself and my husband. We create packages that we try to think about all of your needs, and we try to anticipate all of your needs, which is why we include things like your massage, like your pre-op companion, like your overnight nurse, like your transportation. However, you must understand that every single one of those providers are individual. Your pre-op companion, she gets paid separately. Your overnight nurse gets paid separately. Your massage therapist gets paid separately. Your driver gets paid separately. All of that stuff doesn't come through me. It's just stuff that I'm offering to you and making available to you on one plate. Those services, I, for the most part, have been able to negotiate packages with them, like your transport package or like the massage package. How many hours do you feel comfortable for this amount of money? What does that include? What does that look like? This kind of thing. And so what happens is, and so I'm going to get to that right now. So she said, I personally have run into the most unprofessional and unpleasant coordinators, and it sucks because they're the forefront of these surgeons and they are the first impression. Oh yes, we're getting to that now. So, the deal with that is that again, we have a recovery house, and really my only responsibility with respect to the recovery house, if I wasn't your coordinator, was to give you a roof and a place to sleep, to give you food, and to make sure there's a nurse in the house. It's not my responsibility to worry about your massages or to worry about you getting to the faja store.
I worry about those things.
He worries about them, but it's not his responsibility neither. Because if you don't get into your faja, it's not his problem.
No, it's not.
We tell you and we let you know. You know what I mean? But again, it's not my problem if you need an overnight nurse and you don't know that you need one. Blah blah. As your coordinator, yes, I tell you need these things. Yes, I put them in your packages. Yes, I make sure that you have what you need. However, when you decide that you went to pre-op and your doctor now is sending you to another place to get another test done, and then you have to go somewhere else, blah, blah, blah. You're not flying on my magic carpet. Yeah, you might be using my driver who's using his time and his gasoline and his vehicle.
Just gotta make sure you stay safe.
Yeah, not even safe. My thing is just to make sure that whatever, not even, that is not my job. I am not a dispatch. No, I'm sorry today. We having church today and we being real clear. If he's wrong, he's wrong. It is not my job to ensure your safety. It is my job to make sure that you are paired with a competent team that's going to keep you safe. It is my job to make sure that they're going to be monitoring you and aware. But it is not my job to know what time you got to the faja store and what time you needed to get picked up and why they're charging you extra money to go from one lab to another place to another place because it's all pre-op. You still needed to be moved and you still got in that vehicle and let them move you. You have to understand that a cab is a cab, a cab is a cab. And we not in DR. A lot of people come here thinking that this is such a broke country. Do y'all see where we are right now having lunch? We're not anywhere hood. This is not Dominican Republic 1980. You understand? Dominican Republic 1980. No, we're not coming around to bring you your supplies on a goat. Everything is real here, and this is plastic surgery, so y'all want to look frou-frou. Y'all don't want to come here and do real DR where you do the metal roof and the whole nine, right? So that's what I want to get into. My home is a beautiful home. However, I personally am always feeling insecure about my space because my space doesn't look like a recovery home per se. And in fact, sometimes I visit recovery homes and I tend to feel like, damn, mine doesn't look like that. But the truth of the matter is I don't want my house to look like that. We had when we opened 9 beds. And now I only like to run maybe 4 because I like my house to feel like home. I like all my girls to feel at home. My nurses, if they don't treat you like they're your mama, like love on you and all that stuff, they don't work for me. They don't last. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's funny, Alfredo went to a recovery home recently to go and help out because a recovery home that needs some help and we're working with it. And Alfredo walked in and a nurse that was there actually used to work for us. And I got a message from the owner and was like, oh my God, so-and-so looks really afraid. What the fuck happened? And I was like, nothing happened. I was like, they just know that they can't get away with the bullshit that they get away with over there now that we're there because this is not going on. You know, there's a culture of doing the bare minimum to get your money out here. There's a culture of doing the absolute bare minimum. And this is why I get pissed off because I pride myself in being apart from those people, you know, and we don't do that. Whether you personally were my coordinator or not, you've always been willing to answer my questions and to help me out. Get those microaggressions very prejudice coded. Yeah, no, absolutely. You know what I mean? And so I wanted to talk about that. So again, so she said that my house was broke and that it was fucked up. She basically said that my house was dirty. She also said that I don't send the pictures to the doctors that I work with and was upset about virtual consults. She said that we scam people because we set the wrong expectation. So I want you guys to understand something. If you are having surgery here in the Dominican Republic and you live anywhere but here in the Dominican Republic and you had any type of evaluation other than an in-person evaluation, you have to know that your results and what was quoted to you is not 1,000% guaranteed until that doctor sees you in person, until that doctor actually touches you. Because sometimes you guys send pictures with your arms up, which stretches your skin and hides that roll because you really don't want that tummy tuck. So you show it like that, or you only show certain angles and we don't see certain things. And sometimes we see you and I don't know if this is hard or if this is squishy, you know what I mean? You don't know. And so what we do during these evaluations is we look at you, we look at your pictures, we ask all your health information, we qualify you. And if you're one of my clients, then you know that I give you the alternative. Like, for example, look, I know you don't want to have a fleur-de-lis tummy tuck, which is the big T. I know you don't want that type of a tummy tuck. However, I think we'll be able to do this and this and this and this and this and this and this. But worst case scenario, this might happen, but I don't think so. And we set those expectations. In fact, I have a girl in my house right now who we dealt with that exact thing. Everybody told her she needed an FTL, and ultimately we were able to do it without it. And so again, it's really about knowing that you have to be as honest as you can when you submit these consultation requests. When you submit your pictures, they should be the most recent. Don't send me pictures from 3 months ago. Don't send me pictures from 2 months ago. Don't tell me the last time you weighed yourself, you know, when you had your baby last year, because you look the same. Like, don't, all of that, those things really impact. So again, virtual consultations go off of the information that we're giving you. And to be 1,000% honest with you, if you're not dealing with one of the doctors that I work with, or the very few other doctors that are very picky, a lot of these doctors won't care what information you give them other than the information you put on the paper, as long as it can get through and they can cover you. Because if you lie to them, or if you don't disclose something, they're not going to push to ask. You pay, and if you die, that's on you, because guess what, you filled out that form and you didn't write on that form whatever else. You know what I mean? El respeto se gana, no se da. To get respect, you gotta give it. Be honest, forthcoming, and yeah. You know what I mean? So it sucks. So virtual consults. And then again, the thing about being money hungry, you know, if only you guys knew how much how much we sacrifice for you guys. I don't think people really realize. I don't think people understand how difficult it is. Emotionally, mentally, physically, living in another country where you're not a native. Like, we're like Mexicans in this country. The same way Mexicans are to the US, that's what we are here. We're not natives. We get taken advantage of by every professional under the sun, whether it's an attorney, an accountant, human resources, whatever, because they think we have American money. The employees are used to seeing us as meal tickets because we come from outside. So even though our nitty-gritty poorest is nice for some people, the way that they were raised, and so they think that they can get money out of us and take things from us, and it's very, very difficult even before you even touch the surface of getting to a patient, even before you even get to the idea of servicing somebody. There's so many barriers, and then there's the other pieces. This is a tropical island. I love it. I love it. I love living on an island. I love being on the beach. I love that it's 93 degrees outside right now. I love all of that. But one of the things that we have to deal with is hurricane season. And every year, hurricane season comes. This is an island. You gotta know. I mean, unless you've lived under a rock, you gotta know the power goes out here. You gotta know it's hot as hell. You gotta know there's mosquitoes. Yeah. You gotta know that if you hang out under the sun, you're gonna get sunburned. I mean, these are things that are kind of common sense, but also if you don't know, you should have the common sense to at least ask these questions. Like, if when I was going to Egypt for the pyramids, my questions were like, yo, what about pot smoking? What about drinking? What about short clothes? I know they're a Muslim country. Can I wear short shorts? Can I wear tank tops? Are those things that are allowed? And people were like, yeah, what do you mean? Are you crazy? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't know. I want to make sure. So the same thing. You know, if you're coming here or traveling anywhere in the world, ask somebody, like, the most common things. Like, how is racism? How is the weather? Is there anything specific I should or should not bring? Is there anything I should or should not be doing? You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. So now, you know, the thing is, it's always, but the problem is that there are a lot of money hungry people, but at the same time, right? Not everybody's money hungry, and a lot of times we get called money hungry for things that are not even true, like for things that you perceive to be a certain way, but it's not. So I had to stop because Alfredo and I were talking about this earlier, and I was doing on my notes, and I said, oh, there's our food. And I said, let's talk about it. I said, listen, people say that we're money hungry, right? Okay. Well, let's say that you paid $2,000 for a 14-day stay. Gracias, man. Let's say that you paid $2,000, right? Because I really want to do this with y'all. Buen provecho, babe. I really want to do this with you. So, 14 days. You stay in a mansion. You have 24-hour nursing care. You have electricity. You have Wi-Fi. You have Netflix. You have a call bell system. You have an in-room fan. You have an in-room bathroom with hot water, because most places in DR, unless you purchase a water heater, do not have hot water. We have backup power. We have nursing, like I said. We have all of these things. Plus, we provide all of your meals. We send a nurse to go with you to pre-op, so you're not in pre-op alone, confused, or not knowing how to handle your paperwork. We send an overnight nurse with you for surgery. We do all of these things. And $2,000 is pretty cheap. So if you were to take $2,000 and divide it by 14 days, do you know that that's only $140 a day? $142 a day. $142 a day. So with the $142 a day, I have to pay rent. I have to pay the nurses. I have to pay the people that clean. I have to pay the people that cook. I have to go do a $400 or $500 food shopping every week. I gotta pay him for his massages. I have to pay your driver. Oh, we didn't talk about the driver. That's $200. I gotta pay the driver. I also have to pay your overnight nurse. I have to now.
And the one who goes with the pre-op.
Yeah, the pre-op. I also have to, again, I have to pay for the water that flushes down the toilet. I have to pay for the food that you're eating. All the bottles of water that you guys drink, because y'all have to drink 8 to 10 bottles of water a day. I also have to have all of these things in place, plus backup power, plus everything else. I want you to tell me with $142, we're talking rent, light, Wi-Fi, Netflix, because Netflix is not Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi, Netflix, AC, fan, private bathroom with heat and hot water, 3 meals a day, 2 snacks a day, and I have to pay 2 nurses, a housekeeper, and a cook. I want you to sit down, because y'all are real smart. I want you to sit with me real quick and do the math and tell me where I could ever be money hungry with $142 a day. And then I want you to think, if I have 6 people in my house, if I have 4 people in my house, my staff doubles, because now I need 2 nurses per shift instead of 1. I need, so where do you think everybody that has ever asked me, and I stand on this like I will stand on my children, anybody that has ever asked me about opening a recovery home in the Dominican Republic, I have told to run. Somebody said, is the money hungry in the room with us? No, thank God, no. But I'm sure there's people that are watching that are on fake pages and stuff like that, but that's okay. Listen, I've had run-ins with patients, because Alfredo is sitting next to me looking like, bitch, don't put me in all your shit. Why? Because I'm a person that I'm very passionate. I moved here and I dragged my family and my husband and his mama out here and behind what I wanted to do. And, I take it very seriously. We try so hard and we sacrifice so much within ourselves, our children, our family, everything to make the business work. And you still have people that just are not satisfied. I had an issue with a patient a few weeks ago, where we are in the middle of hurricane season. I had a patient who went out in the morning for an oxygen chamber session. She was alone in the house. There was no other patients. And she had went to the oxygen chamber session, and when she came back, the power was out. But the city had actually shut down the power because of a storm that was coming. This was like 3 weeks ago. The storm was coming, and they shut everything down citywide. So when they do that, even the backup powers don't really work because it kills the negative of the ground, or it kills the negative. I don't, it kills something. So the electricity doesn't work. But they have put out a notification saying that everything was going to be down, and even the main roads. Like when I tell you down, there was no traffic lights, nothing. Everything was done. Shorty she hit me up to tell me that she couldn't be in the heat. And I told her, I understand, I apologize, we're doing everything that we can to get you what you need, give it a little bit of time. The light's scheduled to come back on within the next 2 hours at max. So she just kept on, and she basically said that that I didn't care, that if there was more girls in the house, that I would have tried to, basically saying that I didn't want to fix her situation, that I didn't care how she felt, that if there were other girls there, that I would have moved her, that I would have put them at a hotel, or I would have found another situation, that that it's not acceptable, Listen, I apologized to this girl, I can't tell you, like 10 times. FYI, I had not taken a shower that day. I was hot, I was sweaty, I had not bathed. I was in the middle of doing a million different things and trying to get them comfortable. And she started writing me and kept on. And it got to the point where she started to be a little bit aggressive and abusive in her conversation. And I said to her, look, after I apologized profusely, like 10 to 15 times, she said something else and she just triggered me. And I was just like, look, you're insulting me and you're offending me. You're insulting me and you're offending me. And I kind of told her, I want to say a few times. And she just continued. And, you know, I was like, well, I don't know what the fuck you want. You want me to plug the extension cord in my pussy and see if I could get you electricity? Please let me know. Because at this point, you can't keep beating a dog and expect them not to bite you. I'm human, y'all. I'm human. I'm not a customer service person. I'm not Siri. You can't talk to me however you want to. You know, especially when I've lost sleep and I'm doing everything I can to keep you comfortable. So, yes, I did say it to her. That's exactly what I said to her. And so because of that, she ended up, I believe she's the person that's writing this on the groups. But, you know, that's why she's saying that we have no backup power, which we do. And she's saying that we have constant power outages. And then, to top it off, the person loves Alfredo. They love Alfredo, but do you know that Alfredo manages the recovery house? That's his team. He's there during the day. I don't even come into the house because I don't really deal with patient care. I don't wash y'all. I don't even know how to put on a faja. I built the faja line, but I don't know how to put it on you.
That's the only part that gets me. That's the only part that I'm hearing. Just to say, like, you know, whatever you have with her and stuff like that don't mean that you want to trash the house, because, I mean, you still love the care that we give you and stuff like that, and we'll continue. It don't matter. I mean, I don't even mix both.
And even me too.
Whenever they got problems with you, I don't even mix it.
And even when something happens, I say something or whatever, but the next day it's like, just keep getting your care. And I do everything before it gets to that point. I do everything I can to try to make sure that you guys are happy, to make sure that you guys are okay. But like I said, sometimes people just want what they want, and when they can't get what they want, they want to, hi Monique, look at Brookie,
yeah, I know, they want
all the way from Australia.
Hey,
hi Jazz, look at Jazz, these are my girls. Hi Delilah. Y'all, they talking about me. They saying that y'all not that our house is ghetto. They saying that our house is a pigsty.
Amy is a good one, and Brooke is a good one, because
look at my girl.
She even stayed with us and then went to the other recovery we was working with at the time, and it's so different, yin and yang.
Brooke, you remember being at my house and then going to the other house after surgery?
Our house feels like home, their house feels like a freaking clinic all the time.
It's
it doesn't
different.
matter how homey it looks.
So, you know, that's the thing.
Even the care that they get there and everything like that, you know.
Oh, we going there. We're going to get to that because I'm going to let you. He's ready.
Amy could even tell you, all of them could tell you the care that I
give. Of course, anytime.
I go in there, check on them. I make sure that the nurses is doing good and all that.
You can't please everyone.
We don't even have to do that.
I had an amazing experience. No one is perfect, but when it came down to it, the care was great. I was safe and well taken care of. Not ghetto at all. It's a third world country. What do you expect? Yeah, you know, and that's the thing is like, the other thing too is like I said, I'm not perfect. And none of our stuff is perfect. We try our best, you know what I mean? But at the same time, our heart is always in the right place. And then you have people sometimes that, like I said, they get upset about things that it's just the rules and it's not personal. Like I've got people that call me a scammer all the time because they book 3 surgeons at the same time, knowing that ass can only go on one table. But you book 3 surgeons, okay, 3 surgeons, and then decide, ooh, I'm gonna go with this one, and then you're like, can you give me my deposit back, or can you take my deposit and can you put it to the recovery house? It doesn't work like that. Brooke says she missed what happened, but the house is lovely and she lives in a first world country. Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's just that kind of thing where we're seeing a lot of stuff happening. And the other thing too is like, if you only knew, girls talk all this mess and complain and stuff like that. But if you guys visited some of the other recovery homes, like you would be like, whoa. It's to the point that we found out there's doctors paying to send patients to recovery homes. There's doctors not allowing staff to like fix the bandages. You've got doctors' offices, but that's because the doctor has to protect themselves.
That's where I get involved.
The recovery house is not doing what they're supposed to do. All these nurses just want to get paid, but nobody's trying to take care of the patient. Everybody just wants to do the bare minimum.
Well, exactly. What I'm trying to say is, I get patients, like I'll go to a recovery house, and I see the patient that their dressing is all off. It's barely holding on because of the oil, and I can't even put a piece of tape on it because the doctor doesn't like it. Well, if I put a piece of tape, let me tell you, it has to be this small. And I understand why they say that, because you people don't know, but if I take tape and I put it from one end to the other, I'm going to give you a burn.
You're going to rip your whole skin off.
Right, so, I mean, these are things that I know, and I understand why the doctors do that. But that's what you guys don't know about. Those are the little things you guys don't know about.
The things that you are complaining about.
With our care. You know what I mean?
Like them peeing in a bucket. Yeah, we had rescued some girls that were peeing in a bucket in their room because they were promised the in-room bathroom. But, you know, listen.
But even at that, you want to talk about them girls? You want to talk about them girls? Let's talk about them girls. That they don't even know what was going on besides the fact of the bucket. Forget about the bucket. And their doctor was like, oh my God, the doctor didn't say nothing. You understand? But I'm not going to shit on that place. The doctor just started using because they knew that it was going to be just safe there and whatever. I don't know.
The doctor, I always say the same thing. The doctor's office's concern is what goes on with them. Getting you in, getting you as a patient,
right,
operating you, and they should work in
what
a
was
team.
happening? What was happening? When they came to me, they were so hard. I can't even understand why the doctor didn't say something. You know what I mean? With them being there. You know
well, let's be honest. Some doctors just don't give a shit. After they operate you, they don't care. I'm sorry.
No, but
that's
that
the truth, though.
That doctor cared because
that doctor was cool.
I'm
saying some doctors don't care, though.
But that's how that went. When he came and he saw the difference that they were doing, because they sitting up there and they're sitting in a massage room and they doing I don't know what to them. You understand what I'm saying? But when they got to me, it seems like nobody was even touching them. After what, 5 days? After what days? I don't know. There was a lot of days. And I had to work hard as hell, given 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours on one of them the first day. You understand what I'm saying?
And even still, you do all of that for them, and they still try not to pay you for services.
One of them didn't try to pay me for services
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And at that, I still try to be cool. And I still, even her friend even said, I hate the fact that she went over there. You know what? I even told her friend, if she would have kept it real with me and told me, listen, I ain't got no money, I would have did it anyway.
Hold down, because you got to comment with your people. Tammy, so we rescued some girls a few weeks ago that were at a recovery house, and the lady, I guess, promised them a bathroom in their room, and because there wasn't a bathroom in their room, she put a mop bucket in their room for them to use. And it was a shared room between two people, so two strangers were sharing this mop bucket to pee in. That's another story, though. That's not my house. That was a whole other thing. We just got those girls from somewhere else.
I'm just saying the care, the type of care that we give. You know, the type of care that we try to have our nurses show you guys and stuff like that, you know? I'm not saying you're not going to get it out there. It's that it's not out there. It is out there, but it's very hard to find.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to find.
Because for many people, it is a business. It's a business. You know what I mean?
And I go places, and let me tell you, sometimes they don't change your sheets twice a week. Sometimes if you sleep all day, your nurses is like, yeah, they're sleeping or whatever, and no.
No, or what about when they're giving you services and not telling you that there's an additional fee, and then at the end you gotta do this bomb
pay.
bill.
That happens a lot too. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know, but at the end of the day, I mean, we care. At the end of the day.
Look what happened.
Even though the crazy conflicts that happen or whatever the situation is, because things ain't perfect or whatever, but nobody can say that we don't keep on doing our job. there's not one person that says has a conflict with Sharice or whatever and then say, oh, I'm leaving. No, because they know what kind of care they getting at the end of the day.
And not only that,
stay.
look at what happened recently.
You know
because
what I mean?
you're not
so
gonna.
They can't shit on you. You know, they want to shit on you, but don't shit on the house, man. Don't shit on the care. And honestly,
And I'm gonna say
the
something.
care that we doing, the care that I do, the care that she gave me the chance to actually come into, and you know, because she gave me a chance, she believed in me. You know what I mean? But the care that she put together, the little protocols and everything like that we do, that's all her design. Why we work like that in that house, it's because of her. We just do what she wants. And that's why you get that care. That's why the nurses put up with a lot. That's why we tell you, ring the bell 10 million times. And everybody knows I say that. Ring the bell 10 million times. We are here for that. That is because she wants that picture. It's not because I wanted to run it. I didn't know about this and how you guys feel. I learned this because of her, my experience and stuff like that, of being now in the industry and stuff like that. But she put all that care, all that, how even a nurse supposed to walk into your room has to be with a smile. This is all what she wants, and that's what you guys get. Nobody can say no.
And like I said, you know, it's part of my personality, and I'm an asshole. It's just who I am.
I just make it work. You know, I just keep on. It's like a team thing.
But
you know what I mean?
But the truth of the matter is that while I can be a jerk and many things, I always move with my heart on my sleeve. I really want the best for every one of you guys. I get frustrated sometimes with the things that go on or whatever because, again, we try so hard. But at the end of the day, you know, we have situations that happen that end up in the media or in things like that that don't bring good attention. And I always feel like we have to address them because I do feel like you guys, we owe you guys.
You know what?
Hold on, because I'm going to forget. I wanted to talk about the situation we had recently with a patient who came and was on a medication that they didn't disclose. They were extremely, you know, they came and they were a very big danger for us to have in our home. And we continued to keep them even though they were dishonest with us about medication and substances they were taking, blah, 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 because I knew how much it meant for her to actually get this thing done. So I kind of pulled my team on the back end together to try to make sure that everything could happen for her. But what happened? I became a scammer and I became the worst person in the world when she only purchased a 10-day package but came with an airplane ticket for 27 days. She didn't want to pay for the additional days. She didn't want to pay for the time. She said she wasn't done recovering. She said she wasn't, Cherry, you're so sweet. I can't understand why people have a problem with you. I'm not always super nice. No, I try. I swear to God, I try. People be pissing me off, but I try. You know, but so she came with a ticket, like I said, for 27 days, but only had 10 days paid. And her deal was, well, if you want me out, you have to call the police. Hi, baby. I'm waiting for you. Your booty looks fabulous. I'm so excited about that.
Pissed. I can't see none of that. I'm old. I can't see none of that. Who is that?
That's Tim. He was supposed to come and get his booty done with me.
Wow.
He's living his life. So, girl got me up after this, and for free, I will add to your documents and what you send to clients. I'm telling you, it's crazy. And so at the end of the day, we do all this stuff to try to like do things for you. But like I said, you know what happens when, like I said, you'll have people that don't want you to come or don't, you know, like Shorty, she came. She had a 10-day package. She came for 27 days and then got mad at me. Told me I had to call the police on her if I wanted to take her out the house. Telling me all this stuff. Listen, with that girl, we ended up not calling the police because I already knew something was happening. So I started reaching out to her family at home. It was a patient who was on a very strong substance at home. For addiction, like for dealing with addiction, and she didn't disclose that to us when she got here, so that complicated things and delayed her surgery 3 days. So what I did was I gave her 3 free days just because she was complaining because she only had 10 days, and I was still trying to make it happen for her. After the end of the 10 days, She basically said she wasn't done recovering and she didn't have any more money, and that why did I want more money from her? Why did I want to get more money from her? And that, you know, she wasn't leaving unless I called the police. So I started reaching out to her partner who was home, and her partner kept saying, don't worry, you know, if she needs more days or whatever, we'll send you the money, we'll send you the money. But every day, they weren't sending money, and 4 or 5 days went by. And I was like, listen, as of this morning, she don't get breakfast. I'm not going to put her in the street, but she ain't getting breakfast. And the moment she steps out of her room, I'm locking the door. And she could go sit outside and figure it out. She could go sit in the airport, figure it out. I don't care what she got to do, but she can't stay inside no more. And once she found out that we weren't going to give her food or anything, she miraculously found an Uber to pick her up, and she left. So we didn't have to do anything. Did we ever call the police on anybody? No, right?
Never.
We kicked one girl out. Outside of that girl, we kicked one girl out, and the reason we kicked her out was because she came. And another thing, she was with us for like 4 or 5 days, and she kept telling me, my husband's gonna send me Western Union, but he got out of work late today, and I'm busy, right? So I'll come by and I try to pick up the bread, and you don't have it yet, so I'll be like, okay, I'll come by later. But now later it's 7 o'clock, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just get it in the morning. You're not going nowhere, right? Clean heart. You're not going nowhere. So I'm gonna come and get the money in the morning, no big deal. I come and get the money in the morning, he's gonna do it on his lunch break, he's gonna do it later, he's gonna send his boy, Meanwhile, you got a hole this big in your body, you're leaking. I don't feel right putting you in the street, but it's a business, right? So now, days go by, and I'm like, yo, if you don't make a payment, like, I gotta ask you to leave. So she whips out her suitcase, and she goes to give me all these, hi, Dr. Dorian, all these celulares robados, all these stolen cell phones, and a bunch of necklaces. And she's like, can you take me to the pawn shop so that I can cambiar the change, I could change the chains and the cell phones, and I'll pay you with that. Or if you want, you could just have the phones and you can have the chain. I was like, yo. Then she had an escape car. She thought that our front gate was open. So she had an escape vehicle waiting for her outside, and she had him parked. That was the Dominican chick with the cell phones and the chain that she wanted to go to the pawn shop. Remember? And she had the little old man waiting for her in the car. She had a little old man in a little car waiting for her parked like down the street, because she was gonna try to dip quietly and bounce or whatever, and she was gonna get in that. And so when he came, I was like, look, you can go with him to go pawn the stuff or whatever, but you're gonna have to give me whatever the balance is as of right now. If you don't got $340 or whatever it was, you can't leave. Yo, she made that little man go find money somewhere and come back and pay. I had zero issues. They even let me stay an extra day when I missed my flight. The girls don't prepare financially and think someone else is going to pay for it. Stay home unless you have funds together. I'm saying, you know, and not only that, you know, the other thing is, like, people really think that we're rich. I just told y'all, take $2,000 and divide it by 14 days and think about everything that I'm giving y'all. Where is there anything left over? A lot of times I gotta take money from Sirena to cover things that we're missing, or from lymphatics, because we're short. The house don't make that much money. And then y'all wanna have the nerve to be like, oh, I went to the Faja store and I didn't know I had to pay for that. Well then, you were informed before you got in the car, and you still got in the car and you still went, and so now I have to pay for it? Oh, I didn't know I was getting my boobies done, and, you know, I didn't know that I needed a bra. So I have to buy your bra? I told you you need that. You know what I mean? So my deal is like, yo, yeah, these people are bold. They get real bold.
And you know, not for nothing, we know everybody tries to always try to, you know, get over or whatever like that. I mean, everybody does it. Let's keep it real. Whatever. You know what I mean?
Let me catch something in my food right now and see if I don't try to get a discount on my food. I get it.
I get it. But it's noticeable what you're doing, because we're from where you're from. So it's like you're doing it to us, and it's like,
and y'all are so different,
and we gotta be nice.
But there's so many of y'all,
and sometimes
y'all do the same things and tell the same stories. Even y'all are so different. Y'all tell the same stories, the same excuses, the same lies, the same everything. We be like,
and it's crazy because y'all flip on her, but then I still gotta be cool and everything like that, because I worry about your care. I worry about, you know, because I always say it, just like y'all know, I always say, you know, if y'all stressed out, the massage and the whole thing doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It's hard.
We fight.
It's hard.
We fight sometimes because I get very upset. You know what I mean? Because, you know, we put a lot. We put a lot into this. And we don't have family or friends here. We're here by ourselves. You know what I mean? And we're trying to learn a lot of this stuff to do it for you the right way from the beginning. And so
we still even learning the laws out here too.
We're still learning the laws. We're still learning how to figure things out. Listen, let me tell you something. We moved when we, just to give you an idea, when we moved here and we opened the recovery home, we were renting Airbnbs for a while because we wanted to stay in the HOA where the recovery home was. We wanted to be walking distance to our business, right? Like, and so we were staying in Airbnbs until we found something in there. When we found the house, we were so excited. And the rent was reasonable in comparison to the US. It was a good rent, right? It was a little bit over $1,000. But do you know that the law here only requires 2 deposits for you to move in, and they made us pay 5 deposits? Okay? Then didn't want to give us our deposits back when we moved, and all this mess. And guess what? Just like 2 weeks ago, we moved in the same place down the street, and I can tell you that our rent is like 66% cheaper for the same exact thing, and we only had to put 2 months.
We know how to talk.
Because now we know the deal. Because now we know how they play with you. Yo, you know what it is? That somebody will come and we'll go and we'll say, oh, this is too dry, it needs oil, and they'll put oil in it, and they'll make sure that the oil that's in it is fucked up, so that when you eat it in about an hour, now you need a medication for your stomach or a special something for your stomach, so that they just keep hooking you, and it's terrible. And so it happens to y'all, but it happens to us too, and that's why I always think of myself.
That's where the coordinator comes in handy.
And this is why I always think of myself different as some of these other businesses. I always think of myself and I set myself apart, because I always say like, damn, you know, we're not this like foundation-faced, filtered person only bringing you the, hello, we are serenely surgical and lymphatic. We're not those people. I'm going to tell you straight up, like, yo.
That's the worst place you could go to.
Yeah, nah, all that fake shit.
That's all fake. Yeah, when they get on, oh, I had a wonderful recovery at blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Okay. But ask, how many times did they bother you to get up to walk because it's good for you? How many times they said, no, you have to drink this water? How many times did they go to you and make sure that if you're running a fever, and make sure that they stay on top of it?
How many times the nurses rub your feet?
They rub your feet, rub your back. Make sure that like you're comfortable. 9 pillows or whatever it takes to get you comfortable in a hospital bed.
Cooking you food.
It is. Cooking you food, whatever it is. Yeah, we do.
Making you their own home remedies.
If I go ahead wherever I go to another recovery and tell them the stuff that we do, they look at me like, yo, you're bugging. We don't do that here. And I look at them like, wow. You know, and I get it. They only here to get
Delilah
paid.
says she remembers her 9 pillows.
They there to get paid. You know what I mean? They do the minimum. You know what I mean? They make sure you come and you go, and they're not worrying about if you got fibrosis. They're not worrying about if you only drank, 1 bottle and they can't figure it out why. They don't care. If you drink 1 bottle, if you drink just juice, that's what it is.
It fixed my hair when I was a crying mess. I love your nurses.
Yeah, and I'm not saying we're the only ones. Just we're one of the ones that really care. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
like I was saying earlier, she cut me off, but like, yo, I've been to a place recently that like I even know that the fire is making it's damaging something. And you know what? I can't even fucking say nothing. I can't say nothing because I'm gonna go against what they don't worry about. You understand? And you know how bad it is that sometimes I even gotta secretly be like, yo, let's do this or whatever because this is what's better for you. Don't tell your doctor. Yo, I hate doing that shit. You know why? Because at the end of the day, if they really want to they'll point it at me.
Listen, my best and my biggest compliment is when you guys come back. And I will say, a lot of my girls come back, not just once. They come 2, they come 3, they come 4 rounds. You know what I mean? And that means everything. So what actually happened? I'm a bit confused with someone dog in the house. Oh yeah, Brooke, somebody made a comment.
Yo, no, I'm gonna even say something. I'm taking it out. I'm gonna even say something about. Yeah, now I'm gonna talk shit. They'll come back 2, 3 times, and guess what? They didn't even know the first time I even paid for their meds. How about that? They come back 2, 3 times. They don't even know that I paid their 4-day stay.
They forget.
For 5 of them back to back.
They forget.
They forget all of that. Literally, because when they don't pay, when they don't pay, guess what? You know who gets the hit? Me. Those are the same ones that even leave me posts and everything. You know what I mean?
Yo.
And it's all love. Hey, you know what? It was my bad. Do that to somebody else. They're gonna call you every day and annoy the shit out of you. And you know what? I don't even tell them about it when they come back.
I got somebody coming back right now who just deposited in the last few days. The person deposited, and they didn't pay the medication when they left. That was a $300 and something bill.
Yeah. I'll take it though if you remember.
Okay. So, you know what I mean? But again, we go through a lot and it's not easy. We're not in our home country. We're trying our best. Yeah, I was just going to say, we're not, you know. You might see or hear of me, or you might find out that I cursed somebody out or that I sent somebody to hell. You might. I'm not going to tell you that you won't. I'm a work in progress and I'm continuously trying to work on that. However, if you know that, if you hear that about me, know that there was a reason for it. Know that it wasn't because I just sent you to hell because I was having a bad day. You know, I think bad days might help me send you to hell faster, but definitely not, you know. And like I always say, I'm not the best at customer service because I'm very spread, very thin. My anxiety is always everywhere because I'm always worried about making sure that everything is perfect for you guys. I think it's like a Virgo thing. But to be honest, you know, if you see or if you hear something about me, like I always say about everybody, the light has shined on each and every one of us that's in this room in a foul fucking way. The light has hit each and every one of us at one point or the other, or a few times, in a way that wasn't flattering. You know what I mean? And so it happens. And I'm not too good or anything to say that I haven't had those situations or that those things haven't happened, because they have. But what I will say is that, you know, it usually comes from a good place. It usually comes from a place of really just wanting everything to be good for you, and you're not either understanding or not giving us a chance. You know, we ask that you're human, not just with our staff, but also with us, because a lot of times people feel like, well, I paid $2,000 to be here, and then you disrespect the staff.
This is the thing. The us is one.
Yeah.
You understand? The team is one. You know what I mean? Just, the simple fact that everybody, there's people that come over here. I want you to understand this. Y'all come, right? You guys want followers, right? You guys want people to be with you in your journey. Well, guess what? Me, my wife, nurses, cooks, the cleaning lady, the neighbor, everybody is going through the journey with you if you didn't realize. The crying days, the all at the shoulder.
The sending you the ice cream when I'm not in the house and ice cream randomly shows up. Random things. Yo, literally. Even when you don't see me, I'm with you.
How about the times when you don't think that you look like SpongeBob, or you got the Frankenstein stitches and we there to motivate you? Every day, don't worry, it's going to be alright. It's going to be okay. You'll see. We go through them up and down roller coasters with you, everyone. My wife, me, nurses, cleaning lady, you know that. Everybody there knows that, can say that.
And I want you to know that even if you curse me out and send me to hell, and even if, you know, you're not seeing me,
you still get the same care.
You're still getting the same care, and I'm still taking care of things for you, or making sure somebody's taking care of things for you. It's personal, and it's not. It's personal when we're like this, me and you talking, and you fucking disrespect me. It's personal. But it's not personal. I get it. I've been in your shoes. Have y'all not seen my YouTube video? Here's my shameless plug. Go find on my YouTube channel the Recovery Roller Coaster video and see it. I know you guys all go through the same thing. I've gone through it. I've been through it. And I'm a nut. I'm a nut. And I'm married to this person. I mean, you understand with all the stuff I got going on over there, plus the kids, plus the doctors, plus everything else, plus this. Like, girl, I'm sorry. You've always been friendly, always answer my questions. And hell, remember my birthday with all the inboxes you received? I was like, oh, she knows who I am. Says a lot. I can't wait until December. Of course, girl. Hello. I'm going. Haters gonna hate, mama. You're doing something right. I love you too, Delilah. I love my girls, man. Some of you guys. Ah! Hey, Katie! Katie!
Oh, Kate.
So, you know?
Kate.
Hey, I got tea to spill, Kate. We don't work with Campusano, or at least I don't quote for her at this time, but we take anybody.
But see, that's the thing. I want to talk heavy about that.
Oh.
You know what? Like I said, I understand the doctors. If you call your doctor and you got a doctor that we don't work with, I'll take care of you anyway.
Yeah.
If they tell you no, you have to come here with us, listen.
Red flag.
That's a red flag. That's a money thing, okay?
Not just a money thing, they're also covering up. Because
Right.
that recovery is surviving from that flow. And so when things look burned or messed up or
Right.
whatever, they're never going to tell you it's the doctor.
Right, because
never.
nowadays the recovery is paying the doctor, okay?
The recoveries are paying the doctor.
Exactly. So, we don't...
I don't pay nobody.
Right, no, we don't do that.
Nobody.
Right, and there's a lot. That happens even in NFL. That happens a lot. You know what I mean? And yeah, the doctors are going to tell you, and it's true. They're going to be like, oh, you know, we use this recovery because we know you're going to be fine. Okay, that's true. You understand? Because that doctor only responds to that recovery. But you know what? I'm here to tell you, I got my master's, whatever. I'll go to your doctor, and I got no problem to sit with your doctor and do whatever he wants his way.
And
but I'll
then-
make sure my job gets done right.
And the doctors, after they sit with him once or twice, usually change the way they work and adapt to his form. I could tell you at least 3 surgeons whose names I can name right now. Dr. Maria Haran, Dr. Caridi Reyes, and Dr. Pedro Garcia Lopez. 3 doctors that I could tell you 100% have had conversation with Alfredo, have seen how he does things,
There's
know
more
how
out there.
more, but I'm just saying at
There's
least
more.
3
There's a lot.
off the top of my head.
Yeah,
that
and
I
there's
could,
some that can't say nothing because they're not gonna. They're people. You know what I mean? And I understand that, but I'm here to tell you that I will work with anybody, any doctor. I will show myself to any doctor. I got no problem. You'll be fine. You'll be.
we stand
just
behind
fine.
everything.
You'll be just fine. Tell your doctor I'm here. I'll send him whatever he wants. And it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? I'll work with them. It could be any doctor you want. Tell them I'll work with them. I'll go over there and I'll sit with them. I'll speak with them. I'll go with them when you go. How about that?
Just remember,
I'm very confident in what I do, and I give 150%. And anybody in the industry, doctors, and even patients will tell you that.
right now, you guys, just so that you also have a heads up, the public health department is making it very, 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 very difficult for recovery homes to certify, recertify. It's becoming very, very difficult. The recovery homes are not being responsible with their ambulance contracts. They're not being responsible with their garbage contracts, which is how they dispose of your blood. They're not being responsible with those things. And so the companies that are offering the contracts for garbage, who are offering the contracts for these services, are refusing to do business with recovery homes because the people weren't paying. You know, they weren't doing what they needed to do. The health department is making it very, very difficult. Oh, I don't know.
What's that?
She said she heard Benji's house is closed.
I don't know.
After all that happened, we really don't know. All we know is that we received the girls. We don't know anything else. But yeah, so the recovery thing is getting really, really difficult. We don't know. I don't know if our house may get closed eventually for a little while. If we may close just because we're not going to be able to recertify in time, or if we decide to shut down, we'll work with other recoveries in the meanwhile, and we will try to figure out our own situation. More than likely, 99%, I don't believe that we're going to be without our home or without our house or whatever. That's not something that we want, especially because we know what else is out there. But if for whatever reason, the Essex Sanctuary is not up and it's not running, we'll always have options for you for private care. We'll have options for you for those things. I'm actually considering transitioning a little bit into a private care situation for a little while, just until we make sure that everything is right, because we don't want to disrupt your stay. So if that's something that we decide to get into, we'll make sure that you're aware of it when that happens. If you guys are booking, and just kind of let you know, look, this is what we're dealing with, this is what we're going through. We also are working on some stuff with the government to try to change some of that. Like I said, being international business owners, people do us dirty a lot. They try to tell us they won't give us services so that we'll pay double, triple, quadruple for them. There's a lot of underhanded stuff happening right now across the business owners from recovery houses and these service providers, doctors and things. And there's a lot happening.
At the end of the day, they try to do this in their own crunch, because everybody at the end of the road, somebody is just going to stay open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're trying to embarrass people. They're trying to send the media. They basically have the Dominican Barbara Walters going to all the recovery homes that haven't hit their credentialing yet, and is basically taking people out of there, shutting them down, and basically trying to embarrass people so that they don't have their businesses up and running. But again, if that was the case, and if the government or the people were supportive in allowing us to get this done, you know what I mean, because it's a requirement, and not allow the corruption and the backhandedness to go on, you would have a lot better places to stay. Unfortunately, a lot of times, those of us that come in and want to make a change are drowned out by the people that are here, because they're going to hold on really tight, because they've been making money off of the extortion, off of the corruption, and it doesn't benefit them, the changes that we're trying to make. You know what I mean? And we're not out here trying to hurt anybody. We're just trying to make sure that we take care of you guys and keep you where you need to be, so that you can come and get the services
like
you deserve.
And we still did it. We just got real good at it. We were real good at it. We were real organized with it. Direct answers, direct contact.
That's why I say, even though this was posted in a group or whatever, I said we have to let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because there's no anonymous here. This is Alfredo and I'm Cherry. We're the Naranjos, and there's no anonymous. These people also post these slanderous types of posts, again, not using their names or anything, because they know that we can press charges for defamation of character, for lying, for doing things that could be injurious to our business and to our income. You know what I mean? But again, I don't have time for none of that. My thing is this. We're here, we're facing the public, we're here to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. We're always here to give you what you need. Miss you guys, best stuff ever. Love the nurses and the cleaning ladies. Tell them I said hi. We definitely will. Kate just left not that long ago. I don't even think she's been home a month yet.
No. She's doing good. She's good.
Yeah. So, like I said, I think we just need to always be transparent and always be clean, because that's our deal. Is we're not perfect. We're not perfect. We all have our moments, but our heart and our hands are always clean. We're always looking to do things a certain way. We're always, surrounded with the thought and the obsession of wanting to make you guys happy, wanting to be here for you, wanting to offer you that space,
I always ask for suggestions. I always do that. We are working on the generator, all that. It is coming through and all of that. Everything that they always, whenever I talk to you girls in the room and I ask for suggestions, how to make it better, things like that, I listen to you guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, Facebook is a place for keyboard gangsters. I gotta send y'all my updated pictures. I can't wait to come back from my arms. Tell Agua and her mama I said hey. She's not with us anymore, babe.
Who's that?
Agustina, her mother.
Oh, no.
You guys, you know, again, I say it all the time. I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk when it comes to my staff, in the sense that there's no wiggle room for some things. Some things I'm very open to listening to. Some things I'm open to hear. Hi, Arshella. I'm opening. Look at Fredo start smiling right away. I'm open to listening to things and all of that, but there's some things that I don't bend on, you know, and you know, our patients deserve that. And so if you're not fitting the bill, you know, then you stay until you don't fit anymore. When you don't fit anymore, you move on. Just like a piece of clothes. You don't fit no more, you hand it down to somebody else. You know, and I've cycled my team, I want to say, at least 4 times now since we opened. And it's funny because I think out of each shuffle, we ended up bringing like one person back that we lost because of another bad person. And so like we've got a really nice team. Our team is really, really good. I'm really, really happy with our team. We have a doctor on staff, Dr. Berla. We have, you know, our lead nurse, Evelyn. We have our night nurses. You know, we have Alfredo, me. We have Mai. We have a cook. We have everything going on, and it's working out really, really well. We're really, really happy, like I said. And at the end of the day, the deal is to make you guys happy, you know. And I always want to do more, but nobody ever wants to pay. Like, I wanted to, like, you guys come here, and I figure, like,
I wish I could go to the flower store with them every day.
Not even that. Like, yo, even little things.
That takes time out of...
That's even surgery stuff. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, like, do you know that how many of my girls come here and have never gotten on a plane before? Have never gotten on a plane before, and then they come here to DR and all they see is the hood where the clinic is. I be wanting to take you to the beach, to get on the boat. I want to take you to where they film Pirates of the Caribbean. I want to go out. But nobody wants to pay $50, $60. Nobody wants to give me chipping for my gas. Nobody. And I'm like, but eventually then it becomes that I'm just taking carry out. Yeah, and I used to do it all the time. But then you come home and... So, you know, I always say once a year, I always put my public service announcement out there where I'm like, listen, remember to mind your P's and Q's. Remember that even though you're in another country, to be nice to these people. Remember, like, I feel like it's crazy, but we got to remind our patients, like, once a year, like, yo, remember, deposits are non-refundable, non-transferable. If you send your money to somebody, me or anybody else in this industry, you're not getting it back. I don't care how much you yell, how much you scream, how much you say you're not sure. If you wasn't sure, you wouldn't have sent it. Okay? We know you book for bunches of people at the same time and then decide later, oh, the other thing, when you go to an all-inclusive resort, if you are too drunk and you don't make it to breakfast, you don't get a discount. You don't get money back because you didn't go to breakfast. Our packages, we now have brought down our prices to bundle everything for you to make it one lump sum number to help your calculations be easier. Because I know how horrible it is to sit down with you and have to calculate 130 for this, 100 for this, 200 for this, 225 for this, 350 for that. That's annoying. So I give you a number. But with that, when you leave, whatever you don't use, you just didn't use. And so it can't be that y'all start with this whole, oh, they stealing from me. And they, listen, this is the industry.
Yeah, that's just like a lot of times I stay quiet. I hope people are really looking so you can understand. A lot of times I stay quiet because they'll make some stupid, silly shit like, oh, I didn't have the gauze in the bag.
Oh, yeah. The gauze wasn't in your supply bag, but we did your wound care and we changed you the whole time you were here.
And there's times that people ask me for it, and I don't even want to get into it. You know what I mean? This goes for the ones that know. You know what I mean? And they probably on here. You know what I mean? But you'll ask me for it, and I still give you the whole pack, and I don't even ask for it back to use it downstairs. I still use the gauze that I got downstairs. And I say to myself, it's just a pack of gauze. They're going to need it when they go home. So I just stay quiet. That's what kind of people we are. It's not about the bread.
Payment is due upon arrival. You do not say that. Yes. So recovery house payments usually are due within 48 hours of the arrival. However, people book 10 days and then usually say, I usually tell my girls, right? Look, you should stay, say, 14 to 16 days, right? And they'll say, okay, well, how about this? I don't know when I should come back. And I'll tell them, okay, so book the 10-day package, and when you get here, we'll see how you progress, and then you can book your flight back. I'll tell you once you're here if you're going to need more time, if you could leave on time, so you don't have to change your flight. So a lot of times that happens where girls pay the package, and the extra days that are there, then they don't want to pay them. That happens, or you have girls that say, Alfredo always cares about your health. You know, it's important. It's important. There's a lot, and it's important. So, you know, I think if you guys are interested in having surgery and you want to work with somebody who, like I said, is invested in your care and wants all of that for you, great. But you know, you gotta also understand that you are coming somewhere because it's cheaper. You're coming somewhere because it's cheaper all the way around, and you gotta know that, you know, she said, no, hon, we need to talk about these business practices. I'm mad for you. Free business advice after. She said they don't tolerate this in Mexico. Yeah, you know what I mean? So again, we didn't move out here with, I always say the things that we pay and the hits that we take are just, you know, are just the way that we pay our tuition, the way we kind of learn, because nobody taught us anything. We learned this on our own, going through it on our own, just literally going to consults.
We learned because we kept looking to find the answer because there was things wrong.
We going to consults with patients, going to consults, sitting in places, listening to things, all of that. If that wouldn't have been the case, then no, look, Kay says you care more than the surgeons.
That's right.
It's true, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, a lot of times people don't know that, you know, and then when you post saying that, you know, the house is a pigsty and this and that and the third, it bothers me, not so much because of what was said, but because I always feel like there's somebody out there that needs us and will be sent somewhere else and will have a bad time because of bullshit.
Look at that somewhere else. I got a patient somewhere else right now. I don't even care if the doctors are seeing it. I understand, but I got a patient somewhere else right now that she got operated 10 days. She's still on her first stage. She's not getting to her second stage if she's ready for it on Tuesday. And they're automatically taking that fucking drain out. And if they take that drain out, everybody knows in here that if she gets squeezed, what's that gonna cause? Seroma.
She's gonna have a seroma. She's gonna have fibrosis. You know why?
Because by that time,
she'll be gone.
You'll be home.
She'll be home.
Right. But I gotta do what those doctors don't know, that I give 150% so that those things don't happen. Okay? Who's gonna care that much that's gonna put hands on you every day for 2 hours and a half? Because
you know how many girls? You know how many girls Alfredo does massages to, and they finish, they don't even have no more money, and he's like, I can't send them home like that. I can't let them leave like that. They look like this, they look like that.
You know how many times I get in trouble from another recovery because I then gave them my time? Because the recovery is like, oh no, it's about the money, and I know they don't have it, and I gotta give them my time. Yeah, that's the kind of that's what we care about. That's what I care. We care. We all the same. We all the same. Wherever I am, wherever Sharice is, believe me, you guys are getting that kind of care. It don't matter where y'all at. If we're walking through there, that's what you're getting. Believe that.
And like I said, you know, I apologize to my public all the time and to my staff, you know, because like I said, and that's why I always come out and I talk about things in public.
Oh,
somebody's birthday.
Oh, we turning up.
I don't know. But I always apologize and I always say those things because, I try really hard, and because we don't trust so many people, and because there is so much corruption, because there's so much corruption, because there's so many situations, because we don't trust people, because of all of that, I tend to put a lot on my plate. I tend to overwhelm myself a lot. And again, it's because we don't trust people to do it. We don't trust other people to be involved and stuff like that. And I'm one person. My feelings get hurt. I get frustrated. I get overwhelmed. I'm dealing with the back end stress of how slow things are here, how hard it might be to get something done. Trying to ride the wave of y'all emotions, all those things. And it's hard for me to be the one to create content, come to you guys here online, manage the social media, deal with all the doctors, quote, follow you, help you get here, and then hand you over, and then make sure you're okay when you go home, and then put new things together for you, and then pay attention to like what's happening at the house, and pay attention to everybody's needs, and then because everybody knows me first, you feel the most comfortable shitting on me because you've talked to me the longest and you hang out with me the longest, or you've been on WhatsApp with me for mad long, and so now you feel the most comfortable shitting on me. And I get frustrated. I really do. And maybe that's not the most professional thing to say. Maybe that's not, the business owner thing to say. But I'm Cherry. Like, I'm just me. You know what I mean? And I want nothing more than for you guys to be happy. I want nothing more than for you guys to want to come back and to be happy, And so again, if there's things that you need and we can be there for you, please count on us and allow us to be there for you. If you see anything, or if you hear of anything, always remember, our pages, our videos, these types of conversations. If you ever want to talk to us about anything, we're always here. We're always willing. But with that, we're probably going to leave you. Most of our food is cold at this point. We ate. We've been thinking. But, he's going to drink my juice now. So, I respond pretty quickly. This week I've been really busy, so I have a lot of messages a little bit backed up. I believe I saw a message from you because I'm recognizing your name. I was trying to figure out if it was Yelak or Yellow C. That's what I'm saying, because I remember seeing it, but I didn't get to you yet. But I'm going to be looking at some messages this afternoon and tomorrow. If you don't hear from me, if you guys are already in my inbox and don't hear from me today, I promise I'll get back to you by tomorrow. We're probably going to enjoy some of the rest of our Sunday fun day. It's our only day off. Oh, that's another thing.
I'm going to celebrate today.
We don't do massages on Sunday. It's really like our only day off. As you can see, it's not even our day off. Like, we came out to eat and we are sitting here talking to you about work. It's not really off, but it's our only day to kind of hang out and be with the kids, be with each other, whatever. So Sundays, no massages. And like I said, we're around. Sunday's a little bit of a slower day for us to respond. But other than that, we're here. If you need anything, reach out to us. You guys have Alfredo's page. If you don't, it's at Luxury Lymphatics. And you obviously have my page here. If you need anything, just reach out to us. We're always happy to help. You reach me, you reach him, you reach him, you reach me. It's all the same. Okay? Do you guys have any questions for me before we close? Because I have 15% battery left and I'm trying so hard to save this live. I hope it doesn't go away. But do you guys have any questions? We love you guys. Thank you guys so much for always showing up, for always being there. If it wasn't for each and every one of your little Instagram pages, we wouldn't be here today. So we really do thank you guys for your support and for watching us and for always being around. Please share our page. Tell anybody that you know about us. Help us kind of try to change the narrative. If you guys want to kind of just share our page and put something positive out there about us, whatever. Always remember that we have affiliate slots open. If you ever want to refer patients to us, we do pay for referrals. So if you ever want to refer your friends, we want to take care of you as well. And if you need anything from us, like I said, just reach out to us. We're here. Tammy, you put it in writing, girl, just like my quote. So I'm going to be hitting you up later for free business help. She said free business help after this. So I'm going to be hitting up Tammy for some free help. It's in writing, just like the quote, so that means it sticks. So with that, I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Sunday, okay?